The following is a presentation of Gameday Sports.
In the crisp, thin sprawl air of Denver, Colorado, where the plains stretch wide and the stakes climb high, a warrior stands on the cusp of greatness. Micah Haas, 7 fights, 7 victories.
Explosive right there with those shots.
You got to be careful of that knee.
Yeah, it was to the body, but
he is spamming that right hand. Oh,
yeah.
Beautiful finish. Beautiful finish by Micah Haas.
A flyweight storm, forged in the furnace of a city's grit. Undefeated in his hunger, relentless in his rise. 7-0, a mark of dominance, a force of will that bends no knee. On April 18th, beneath the piercing glare of the cage lights, the flyweight world holds its breath. This is no ordinary night. This is Micah Haas, stepping into the fire of history. Early spring in Denver, Colorado, a city stirring from winter's grip, where the air hangs thin and the fight looms near. Micah Haas, a flyweight titan among the nation's elite, sharpens his edge for the battle ahead. April 18th, a date carved in stone. Inside the walls of Genesis Training Academy, under the hard, watchful eye of head coach Jake Ramos, he trains, a machine of will, a storm in waiting. For Haas, the opportunity and the perils are undeniable.
I've literally sacrificed everything. I've given it all up. I've given the safety of family and friends around me. I moved across the country to chase this sport. I've given the safety and security of financial security away. I now pursue a low-income job, so I have the time to pursue my sport. I don't go concerts. I don't go birthdays. I don't hang out with friends. I don't go on vacation. Everything's put to the wayside until I succeed in the sport.
This kid is one of those kids where every time I think he's hit his stride or he's finally hit the top, hasn't even come close. And this is another one of those camps where he's risen to another level, and the preparation that he's going through is like something that he's never done before.
The grind never lies. Micah Haas lives it, breathes it, owns it. Every jab cuts deeper. Every step hardens the will. A fighter built not just for the cage, but from something deeper. The sweat pools, the rhythm holds, but the story's older than the mats beneath his feet. There's a beginning, a flashpoint that turned a kid into this.
I first started pursuing the actual practice of martial arts when I was 15 years old, as I started doing wrestling and then quickly transitioned to jiu-jitsu. But I would consider myself a lifelong fighter, again, being the youngest of 5 boys, as well as growing up in a hardship of a life. I've always been fighting for myself. I've always been fighting against others, so I've always been a fighter.
For Micah Haas, victory has never been a stranger to sorrow. A truth he's carried through a storm of loss this past year. Friends, too many, taken by suicide, their absence a wound that cuts deep. Yet in the face of tragedy, Haas rises stronger, a flyweight with a heart forged in fire. He's not just a fighter in the cage, he's a beacon for the broken, a champion of mental health, turning grief into a call that echoes beyond the cage.
What makes Micah special compared to other athletes is his commitment, his leadership, his wanting everybody else around him to be on the same level as he is. This is something you don't see a lot in the combative sports, especially where that one person is trying to bring everybody up around them while they're getting better themselves. So him being that team leader that he is, him pushing these guys to be on that same level as he is what I've 100% enjoyed watching grow out of him.
As the rhythm of the gym fades and the light finds his face, Micah Haas stands ready, his voice primed to lift the veil on a battle bigger than any bout.
I've lost 2 brothers to suicide. I recently lost a teammate to suicide. I recently lost a business partner to suicide, all in the recent year. Suicide and mental health is super important to me. That's why I fight. Again, when you have someone trying to kill you, it's really hard to think about your own self-loathing thoughts. But fighting is what keeps me alive. When I have something so scary in front of me, like facing another man who wants to take everything I worked for, it gives me too much to focus on, so I don't have enough time to focus on the negative thoughts in my life. I think if we all asked each other more how we're doing, and instead of asking and waiting to talk, but asking with open ears and just listening, I think we'd all be a little bit better off. And I think that's what we can all ask for each other, is just listen a little bit more and ask a little bit less. I do believe I'm already one of the best in the country, but I believe after I beat somebody else who's ranked on the same ranks as myself, I believe it not only solidifies my ranking as one of the best in the country and the best in the world, but it also shows that I belong in one of these top promotions, fighting the other best in the world.
Micah Haas, a name soon to be no longer whispered, but roared. From the ashes of tragedy, through the crucible of pain, he's carved a path of iron and light. 7 victories in the cage, countless more beyond it. A flyweight king who turned tragedy into triumph, who took the silent screams of suicide and gave them a voice that shakes the earth. This is no mere fighter. This is a force, a soul who bends the world to his will. April 18th awaits, a battle to crown his reign, but the war he's fought already echoes louder than any bell. This is his saga. This is the beginning of his legend.